Hello, Aries. How are you doing? This is your energy reading for the 31st of October week. I hope you're doing well. As usual, this is a general reading, but I'm going to change it up a little bit in this week's reading. And I'm going to pick three from here, and then we're going to pick clarifiers immediately. We're going to pair them up a little bit differently. As you may know, I do not do traditional tarot, and I am really just tuning into the energies, very intuitive. And I use the cards as doorways to access the information. Okay, so general reading, take it as it resonates, Aries. So let's see. First card we have here is Four of Swords. Okay, and the second card, Hansel and Gretel. Okay, and Aries, the third card for you is the Child of Crystals. All right. And we're going to pick the clarifiers from this deck, Shamanic Healing. And the first card we have here is Truth. Okay. And the second card here is Changes. And then we have Duality. Okay. So I'm going to show you what the pairing looks like. So we have Four of Swords, and then we have Truth. Okay, so this card, the energy from this card is about you looking at your reality differently at this point. There has been something that happened of late, maybe in the past week, that's been maybe shaken you up a little bit. Things got a little bit shaky. Your reality has moved, your reality has shifted, and you're looking at the world and looking at yourself a little bit differently. All right, which is a good thing, even though at the moment it feels like it is shaky, but the energies here says truth. So it's very interesting that truth prevails, right? And allows you to see truth about yourself, about situation. For you to acknowledge truth is very important. Honesty towards self, I think, is really the key to growth, to development. And, really, if we don't have truth, if we have nothing to if truth is not in our foundation, then we cannot go far in whatever we want to do in life, whether it is spiritual growth or whether it is physical health or emotional maturity or anything like that. Okay, so if you are facing some challenges in your life right now, ask yourself, what is the truth of the situation? Am I seeing it from the eyes of truth, or am I wanting to believe something that I want to believe so much that I am ignoring truth? Right, so this is a very important question to ask yourself, because when you ask the right questions, you get clarity and you allow yourself to own up, to really own the truth and allow truth to serve you in the long term. Okay, so let's see what the second card is. We have Hansel and Gretel here. This is about emotional changes. I feel for you, Aries, emotional changes coming up. So this has to do with the way you are feeling about yourself, the way you're feeling about your relationships, especially the close relationships that you have, because the clarifier here is about changes, right? And it's about how you are handling yourself emotionally. I feel it's also a time to better balance the masculine and the feminine energies within you. Hansel and Gretel also means that, right? Balancing of masculine and feminine. They are twins, right? They are siblings in the fairy tale, and it's about the masculine and the feminine within self, and it signifies that. So there's some changes coming up, and I think for most of you, you will be owning more of your feminine energy, because the uprising of feminine energies is happening on the planet right now. If we do not own the feminine energies, then we are really ignoring a huge part of our abilities, our capabilities, our intuition, our sense of our emotions, and our emotions play such a big part in our general well-being, including our physical health. All right, so time to embrace the feminine and allow the feminine and masculine to become a little bit more balanced, and you experience wonderful positive changes. Okay, so own the feminine, very important. And then we have the Child of Crystals, and we have duality. How interesting that duality has come up from here, when we were talking about masculine and feminine. So the Child of Crystals really is about the inner child. The inner child is, you are encouraged to come out to play. You're encouraged to allow the inner child to rest, to get to know your inner child, to be in a space where the child consciousness is able to be recognized, to be to come out to play, basically, you know, and to acknowledge that the inner child exists within you. You know, all the energies of a child, innocence, mischievous, you know, love, right? All these energies are coming up for you. And then the duality here signifies that, you know, sometimes without darkness, we don't know what is light. And it's important to be able to see two sides of the story, right? And I feel this inner child is very significant in the sense that if you are looking at a situation, are you looking through the eyes of the grown-up in you, the mature person, or are you looking through the eyes of the child? If you're looking through the eyes of a child, you're looking through the eyes of innocence, or you could be looking through the eyes of hurt, because the consciousness of a child is hasn't reached maturity, right? And so it would feel victimized in a lot of situations. So the duality here is the, you know, the energies within you. How would you then keep a balance within yourself? So if the inner child is hurt, then what is the mature person within you doing about it? Are you going to keep your inner child protected? Are you going to acknowledge the emotions, even if people outside of you are not acknowledging it? Are you doing it for yourself? Right? Self-parenting is very important in personal development. Without self-parenting, you can't really go very far. Okay? So let's pick 3 cards here for more messages for you, Aries. And let's pick 3 and see where we go. And we have here a new romantic cycle begins. So new romantic cycle with self, a new romantic cycle with your creative side. For some of you, maybe a new romance, or with your partner, your long-term partner, you could be entering a new cycle of romance. Okay. So I always, you know, when we get this card, I often feel into the vibe, and often the energy is about the creative side of yourself, you know, having this a renewed relationship with your creativity, right? That's usually the dominant energy. But I'm not saying that, you know, there's not going to be a new romantic cycle in a physical sense. For some of you, yes, okay, that can happen. So let's see what the second card says for you, Aries. Don't let pride get in your way. Very important, right? I feel this is a very good reminder for you, you know, when we talk about the embracing of the masculine and feminine. If you are allowing the feminine energies to surface, do not see it as a sign of weakness, and not let pride get in the way, because pride is a very masculine energy and it can stop you from really embracing the feminine energies within you. Okay, Aries? Surrender to the divine. Good reminder here. Okay, so let's pick 3 from this particular deck before we move on to pick one from the fairy deck. We would like some messages from your future self. Okay? Messages from future self, or messages from future energies. Okay? And it says endings, right? Ending of all cycles, ending of all things, ending of all contracts, ending of all connections, maybe connections that no longer serve you. You can, you know, disconnect, let them end. And then structure, right? Think about integrating more structure. It's interesting that the card says here masculine. So when we talk about embracing the feminine, we also need some structure. So the balance of masculine and feminine important. So these are energies of future, right? Independence. You will continue to have the independence. Aries, you are very independent by nature, so that energy is going to continue. Let's pick one from the fairy deck, Aries. And we have here for you, inner power. Trust in your inner power as you move forward, balancing your masculine and feminine, entering this really nice phase, you know, when you are facing truth, okay? And the changes coming up, remember, okay? And the duality, the balance between the masculine and the feminine. Very nice here for inner power. So Aries, if you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like a personalized reading, you can always book a private session with me. Details are below this video. Have a wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.